Hi, I'm Douglas, the crazy gringo living in the Amazon rainforest of Ecuador. One of the things that we don't hear a whole lot about is a thing called a feedback loop. And if we do hear about it, a lot of people don't really understand it. But the best example is what is happening in the very far north, in Alaska and Canada and Russia, where the tundra, the frozen, the permafrost, is beginning to melt because the temperature is rising. And small towns had built their buildings, their houses and everything on top of the frozen ground, but now the frozen ground is melting, so the houses are beginning to sink. So people are having to leave their homes. This is creating climate migration. But a feedback loop is where the ground begins, in this case, the ground begins to melt. And as it's melting, it releases methane because the ground is really made up of peat or decomposed material that's meters deep. And it's decomposing. When it's frozen, it doesn't. But when it starts melting, it starts to decompose and it releases methane. Methane is something like 30 times worse than CO2 as a greenhouse gas. And so it's emitting more methane, which is increasing the temperature, which will cause more ground to melt, and that's called a feedback loop, where an action starts another action which reinforces the first one. And it's just an explanation of that concept. Thank you for sharing, and remember, I love you.